Good morning, my name is Catherine Escaño, and today I'll be discussing minimum wage and why it should be raised. Now, how many people are actually on the brink of poverty? There are always going to be those who are struggling to get back on their feet. Now, with some minor help, we can always help those in need. There are about 38 million people who are on the brink of poverty or live just below the poverty line. Now, what is minimum wage? Minimum wage is the lowest a worker can get paid by the hour. Now, minimum wage was introduced back when President Roosevelt was in his presidency, and he wanted to include minimum wage laws. Now, with the minimum wage laws came with the labor force laws, and these labor force laws created fair labor standards. And back then, the minimum wage was only 25 cents the hour. Now, companies and businesses do try to take advantage of this by having to pay their employees lesser than minimum wage. As of right now, minimum wage in Florida is $8.46. And as a personal example of that, back with one of my old bosses, she would give me mediocre evaluations, so I can only get 25-cent raises. Now with my new bosses, I can get up to $1 raise or $1.50 in raises. And that is just one example. Now, how can raising minimum wage help those in the low working class? And as I stated before, there are 38 million people who live in poverty or just below the poverty line. And I also want to include that there are 4.8 million people who are unemployed due to the global pandemic called COVID-19, where many people lost their jobs due to companies closing or business closing because no one wanted to get infected. Luckily for me, I live still with my parents, and I was able to take a month off of work without suffering financially. Now, for those who have to go out or aren't able to take a month off like I am, or 2 months until they're able to go back on their feet, have to go out and still earn a living for their family and themselves. And that's where raising minimum wage comes in. It is in most statistics, only a family of 3 can live off of a $15,000 salary. That is the salary of a full-time minimum wage worker, and that is still $4,000 below the federal poverty line. Now, how will this also help the economy? This will also help the economy by raising people looking for jobs, but at the same time decrease the demand for workers, but also increase consumer spending, which will go more for the economy. So there are always going to be the pros and the cons of raising minimum wage. And that is all I have to discuss today. Thank you for listening.